guys, Amy Provenzano, and I'm just going to share with you guys a little bit about my story, how I came into Beachbody, and what it's done for me and my family so far. And first of all, I just want to share a picture of my mom. She is a big part of why I do what I do and a pretty big part of my story. So I just wanted to share that with you guys first. 8 years ago, my mom passed away. She wasn't sick. She didn't drink. She didn't smoke. She didn't have cancer. She wasn't overweight. So on the outside, she appeared to be, rather healthy. She didn't work out. She didn't really focus on her nutrition. And she also had some minor heart issues, just things like heart palpitations, things that would make her heart skip a beat. And it actually brought her to the point where she was blacking out and passing out, and not remembering things when she exerted herself. So this kind of worried us as a family, but she was on medications that were never said to be life-threatening, never anything like that. So one night she was getting ready for bed in our very small bathroom that her and my little sister lived in. And she had one of her spells and passed out, and she ended up hitting her head. And because the bathroom was so small, ended up being that her airway was restricted. So being so late at night, my little sister was sleeping when it happened. So it was a very rough time on our family, especially my little sister, who my mom was her life, her world, her best friend. So when something like that happens, and the center of your family has been taken away from you, you can't help but wonder what if. I sat there and I wondered, what if she had worked out or exercised, or what if she had focused more on her nutrition? Maybe she would have been here still. Maybe her heart would have been stronger. So yeah, I wondered a lot of those things when it happened. I know everything happens for a reason now, and our family has come together stronger than ever. But it was a really rough time. So that brings me to my fitness and why I do what I do, because I want to be here for as long as I can for my kids, for my family, and for my future grandkids. Because I know what we all went through when it happened, and I know my kids are going to miss out. They know of their Grandma Adams who lives in heaven, and that's it. So it's sad, and I would never wish that on anybody. So anyways, that brings me to P90X, which was my very first program. I didn't come to it through Beachbody, through a coach, or anything. I had a family member that was using it and was done and didn't use it anymore. So I just started it. I was sick of feeling like just a rundown mommy. I had 2 kids, and this never really took the time for me. So I was like, let's just do this. Let's take the time and just focus on me for once. And I was so glad I did. I had done Jillian Michaels before. I had done some other programs and just never could stick to them. So P90X was the first thing that really got me to see those results quickly and, stick to it. So I did. I stuck to that. I saw great results. But more than just the great results, I felt I was starting to gain back that confidence in myself. So that was huge, and that really was a big reason why I just kept going. So then I started Insanity, and then I happened to find Beachbody just through Facebook. That's where I met my coach, Carrie, and I knew she was a coach. I'd seen pictures of her with Tony Horton, and honestly, I just thought, oh my God, that looks like so much fun, and I want to meet Tony Horton, so maybe I'll do this, I just figured, okay, it's something fun, and I'm a nanny, so it'll be something to do on the side. So I did. I signed up about 2 years ago, and I knew I loved it right away. I knew this was something that was going to be my passion, and that I loved helping people, and I loved, just having it help me stay even more accountable to myself and my fitness. So I started my business as a nanny. So I lived a lot of my business through my cell phone, through my smartphone, which I know a lot of you have. But it was nice. I got to watch the kids and, use my phone to connect with people. But it was a lot. It was a lot. And as you know, nannies don't make a ton of money. They're not really bringing in the cash. So within about 8 months, I was able to replace my income as a nanny, and decided to work part-time from my home and watch another child in my home. And it turned out that it was great. It was great being home, not having to drag my kids out the door every day to my nanny job. And it was great being with my kids. But this other child caused a lot of havoc on my children. He had a lot of behavioral issues, and I wasn't really certified to know what to do in those certain situations. And it was just affecting my kids negatively. So once I was able to double my income as a nanny, which is about around a year or so into the business, I called it quits with my nanny job. And I was just so happy that I was able to be at home and do what I really, really love while also, you know, having the time to spend with my kids and getting them on and off the bus and going to their school functions and not having to worry about it. But the fact that I can wake up every day and sit down at my computer and do something that I just absolutely love. You know, I love connecting with other people and helping them. So it just seemed like a perfect fit. And it was also helping my family. I achieved 5-star diamond pretty quickly. And it's just a great thing when you finally start to feel like you are good at something and not just like a mom and a mother and a wife. You know, it's just, you finally have that thing that you're like, wow, you know, I found something and maybe I am really good at it, you know? So not only had it helped my family financially and made me so overjoyed that I could quit my job, but more than that, I've always had it be a huge part of my story that I wanted to bring my husband away from his job. He has one of those life-sucking, energy-draining jobs that he's been at for over 10 years and just going nowhere. It's just horrible. He wakes up every day and, you know, it's just obvious that it's just, you know, awful. And he has a passion of doing real estate, and he's only been able to do it part-time, but because he comes home so exhausted and drained, he doesn't have the time to work on his real estate like he would hope to. So within the past 2 years, we've come to the point where he can leave his job. And that, to me, means more than anything. You know, yes, it's great being able to be home with my kids, but to be able to have him do what he wants to do after sacrificing so much for me and helping me so much with my business and working 2 jobs so that I could live my passion, that just means so much to me. So we are waiting for a little while. Probably within 6 months he'll be able to leave, and he could right now, but we just want to make sure things are a little more stable and we have, you know, extra cash to save up for things and just to make sure. So words can't even say how thankful I am to Beachbody for this opportunity and for just helping our family in so many ways. We used to stress over bills. We'd sit there and look at them and be like, oh my God, like we just need, I was to the point where my husband and I were talking that I would have to get an office job, make more money, and put my kids in daycare. And that just crushed me. I worked in daycare and I didn't want to have to do that to my kids. So the fact that Beachbody came along and helped this happen for us and our family, we're just so extremely grateful. So if there's a moral to the story at the end of this, it's that life is short. So go out there. And if you have a passion, go out there and live it. Live your passion and dream big. Life is short, too short to take any chances and not, you know, take risks and do what you want to do. So that's it. That's my story. And just keep going out there and dreaming big. And thank you so much to Beachbody too for everything. Completely appreciate it. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care.